Hi, my name is Søren Nielsen, and in this video we will cover some basic concepts necessary to set up and animate your own skeletons in Spine. Understanding these concepts will greatly help you with things covered in future videos, so without any further ado, let's just get started. So the first thing we have in Spine are skeletons, and each skeleton in the project appears up here in the tree view, and it's this guy here standing in a T-pose. This means it's a skeleton. A skeleton appears along with bones, like this. This is a bone, this is a bone, and slots, and then attachments, and any other information that makes up the skeleton. A project may have multiple skeletons, and you can add a new skeleton by going up here to the main menu and then clicking New Skeleton. When you create a new project, it would automatically add the first skeleton for you. A skeleton has a hierarchy of bones, and each of these bones then has a scale, rotation, and translation, which is called the bones transform, or the SRT. When a bone is transformed, its children are also affected. Let me just show you what this means. Now this bone here is the parent of this bone, and then this bone is the parent of this bone. Now if I select this bone and rotate it, you can see the children are also affected. This hierarchical nature of the bones make manipulating images intuitive and allows the animator to focus on large-scale motion. It also makes it easy to keep the distance between elements consistent. Bones are used for almost all animation in Spine, even skeletons that are not humanoid or animals, and you could go as far as using Spine to animate your user interfaces. And let me just show you an example of this. We have this project here, Spinosaurus project. And let me go to animate mode and just play this back. You see, this could be used to actually drive the main menu of your game. Simple skeletons can use a bone per image, and meshes, which we'll cover in depth later on, can be used to animate images without using bones. In skeleton animation, an image, mesh, or other attachment is attached to the bone, and then when you transform the bone using either scale, rotation, or translation, the attachment is also transformed. However, in Spine, attachments are not attached directly to the bone, but instead attached to a slot, and this slot is then attached to the bone. If I go to the tree here and expand these here, you can see we have the bone, then we have the slot, and then we have the attachment. Slots exist to give you a flexible draw order, and the draw order for a skeleton is a list of slots where attachments for those slots higher in the list are drawn on top of those below. The draw order can be seen by expanding this draw order node here, and if we take a look at this, it means that this slot here is drawn on top of all the ones below it. Now, the slots decouple bones from the draw order. This allows attachment on the same bones to be drawn above and below an attachment on a different bone. For example, I could take this gun here. Let me just find a slot for that. And let's just start up by rotating the arm up here. You can see that the gun is drawn behind the head. Now, if I select the gun here, I can find it down here in draw order, and I drag it up here, you can see that it's now drawn on top of the head. Let me just undo that, like so. And then let me take this slot and duplicate it. Now, we have two slots now, gun and gun 2, and they are you can see the draw order here. You can see gun 2 is on top of gun, the old gun slot. Let me just take the arm here, put this back, find the gun, and scale it down a bit, move it. Now you can see we have both these guns here, but I could take this slot, place it on top of everything, and now if I rotate the upper arm, the old gun image will be drawn behind the head, while the new gun image will be drawn on top of the head. like so. Let me just undo all this. Okay, so you can place as many attachments as you want on a slot, but only one of these attachments can be visible at any given time. Also, a slot cannot have multiple attachments visible at the same time, since the order of which these attachments are drawn would then not be defined. Slots also group attachments of the same type. For example, if I open up the Goblin project that we have, find it here. Then I find the left-hand bone here, and we have a slot here called left-hand item. You can see that I have two attachments on this. If I make the dagger visible, now the spear is no longer shown. If I wanted to have both visible at the same time, I would need to have two slots. The benefit of having a single slot to define the draw order is that I could have, say, 100 different weapons for this goblin character, but I would only need to define the draw order a single time. You can see left-hand item, we have the left-hand item down here, a single slot that defines the draw order. So I hope this video has been helpful. In the next video, we will take a closer look at images and draw order again. We'll also take a look at a script we have included for Photoshop that will help you get your assets into Spine much quicker than if you had to manually export every single layer or image you have in there. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.